I want to start off this morning talking about the local real estate statistics. We talk about them every month on the show, and the statistics for March just came out, and wanted to just kind of discuss where they come in at. And I actually hadn't looked at them until this morning because they don't usually release them until about the 10th or the 11th. And so for March of 2014, the Tampa Bay area saw the Greater Tampa Association of Realtors saw 2,129 home sales, average sale price of $194,934, 4.5 months of inventory, and on average it's taken homes 80 days to go under contract. Now, comparing that, what we've generally done the past few years in terms of understanding how well the real estate market is doing is not just compared to the month before, because we have seasonal fluctuations where you're just going to expect that March is going to do better than a January, and February is going to do better than a January, and then of course each month it gets a little bit better before that peak May, June, July, August time of year. So comparing March of 2014 to February, we did see a jump up of 350 plus home sales. We saw the average sale price rise by about $13,000. But comparing it to March of 2013, we saw less home sales in March of 14 than we did March of 13. And that's like the third or fourth month in a row that we've seen that, which is something we haven't seen in the last several years. Each year it seemed like we'd have more and more home sales. And this year we're seeing it trail off and stabilize a little bit more. Some of our growth in 2013 and 2012 was artificial. We talked about the hedge funds before. Some of the tax credit things that were in place, helped as well. But nonetheless, this is the several months in a row where we've seen the number of home sales drop. However, prices have gained. So year over year, last year in March, the average sale price in Tampa Bay is $180,000. 145. This year in Tampa, it's 194,900. So a nice, healthy, about a 7 to 8% gain in the median sale price. Now, people will hear that, and I kind of want to clarify that on one point, and that we're talking about the median sale price, the kind of averages, so to speak, not in every price range are we seeing a 7 to 8% gain. The higher end home sales may not see as much of a gain, and the lower end home sales may see a bigger gain. So if you're out there thinking, oh, my house was worth $500 last year, now it's worth $540, that's not true. It varies from neighborhood to neighborhood. So don't take these statistics out of context. They really vary from neighborhood to neighborhood and price point to price point. Maybe your $500,000 house is worth $600,000 now. I mean, maybe your neighborhood did better than the average, but they're talking about homes in kind of that middle average price range of 200, and that's what we've seen is a gain in that area. Some price ranges may be dropping in price, some price ranges may be rising higher than that. Also, we saw 80 days. It's taken 80 days for homes to sell. That's actually the compared to last year, only 1 month was it worse than that. Homes were selling quicker last year than they are this year, so it's going to take you maybe an extra month to sell this year compared to the saturation rates. We got 4.5 months of inventory. This time last year we were hovering around like 3.7 to 4 months of inventory. So again, we have more inventory on the market. It's taking a little longer to sell. There's not as many homes selling, but we're getting better prices. So across the board, the market's starting to stabilize. It looks healthy. Lots of great things going on, but not the rampant growth that we kind of saw from 2012 to 2013. More of a stabilizing, growth in price, but not necessarily growth in units. So you can see the statistics online. We'll publish them on our Facebook fan page a little later today, which is facebook.com/The Duncan Duo Show. You can also see them on the Greater Tampa Association of Realtors website, which is gtar.org. But overall, pretty positive signs in March for our real estate market. Just a couple important things to pay attention to. And I can't tell you how often we do get people that say, hey, I heard you talk about the statistics on the show, and you said prices are up 7 to 8%, and my house was worth, $700,000 last year, so it's worth $750 now. And no, it really doesn't work that way. It is based on a median, and if you're talking about a $200,000 home, that's probably close. But the higher price you go, the less likely you are to see that big of a gain, unless your neighborhood did really well. And again, real estate being so local in nature, you can sometimes have neighborhoods and really high price points that outperform that. So it's important to know what's going on in your neighborhood. And if you're curious about what's going on in your neighborhood and you're curious about your home's value, go to guaranteedsale.com. Again, that's guaranteed with a D, guaranteedsale.com. We'll send you a free market report with a home value estimate. You'll get a monthly report. You'll get comparable sales, and pretty easy to navigate the site and get that information. So if you're curious about your home's value, maybe you couldn't sell a few years ago, maybe you can now, maybe your value's risen, and you're just curious about it and want to stay up to date on it, again, check out guaranteedsale.com.